There have been a lot of different maps, mods, and modes created by the community for Counter-Strike, and over the years one of these modes has managed to secure one of the higher slots on the popularity chart. Today I'll be talking about the unknown and mostly undocumented history of one of CS's most popular modes, Jailbreak. But before we talk about Jailbreak, we need to first go way back to the original Counter-Strike betas, where the Escape game mode was briefly introduced before being removed for the later versions. The game mode saw the Ts trapped in a certain area trying to, escape, while the CTs did what they could to try and prevent it. The Ts had to get at least 3 of their players to the escape zone to win the map, while the CTs either had to run down the timer or eliminate all of the Ts. The Ts were unable to buy any weapons or equipment unlike the CTs, but were able to pick up various items placed around the maps. It's pretty obvious to see why this mode never ended up working out, as the CTs always had a major advantage due to the way the mode worked and the rules set in place. The mode only had 3 maps that were originally created for it: Jail, taking place in a prison hit by an earthquake; Frantic, taking place in a subway station the Ts needed to escape from; and Trinity, taking place in the countryside after the Ts derail a train and have to escape the CTs. All of which are prefixed with ES_, which unsurprisingly stands for Escape. Each of these maps were kinda weird to walk about, considering that they were once actually going to be part of the game and were playable within beta versions. The mode, however, suffered from some bugs, and although people thought it was fun, players felt it was better off as a minigame rather than a competitive mode, so it was scrapped in the end. And I'll be honest, I really can't imagine playing this style of game mode in Counter-Strike Global Offensive today either. And this is where Jailbreak comes in, the origins of which are pretty much unknown, like I said before. I spent a while trying to search through various old forums, posts, and mapping sites, but there was no actual creator credited for starting the mode altogether. Although most people give credit to Kurt Bluestrike Stassen for the original idea, a Belgian mapper who created the original ES_jail map we spoke about before. But technically speaking, Bluestrike himself didn't really have anything to do with the Jailbreak mod, so who actually created the first Jailbreak map? Well, Jailbreak as a mode took inspiration from the original Counter-Strike Escape game mode. It actually began in and around the CSS era. Our historical journey begins in 2008, where the earliest Jailbreak map uploaded to Game Banana was BA Prison, created by Posty91 in July of 2008. The map is kinda strange and a bit broken for me to play on, as you technically need more players for anything to happen, but the CTs start in a parking garage while the Ts spawn in prison cells. Other than that, it's as simple as the Ts need to escape, and the CTs are to stop them. Now, I'm sure the mode existed prior to this, but like I said, I'm working with what I can find on the topic. Game Banana used to be FPS Banana, which used to be CS Central, and who knows what was added, removed, or edited within that time. But the website itself has technically existed since sometime in 2001, so it's safe to say that this is probably as accurate as I'm going to get. So anyway, the first couple of these maps released more closely resembled the original Counter-Strike Escape mode rather than the Jailbreak mod we know today. Jailbreak focuses more on mini-games played between the CTs and Ts as directed by the appointed warden. The round ends when the Ts are either eliminated in all of the mini-games, or the Ts manage to rebel and eliminate all of the CTs. Although there were a couple of other maps that came after it, arguably one of the most popular Jailbreak map layouts uploaded in November of 2008 was that being Jailbreak Electric Razor. There have been many different iterations and edits of this map posted throughout the mod's lifespan, each featuring different lighting, textures, designs, themes, and areas with more mini-games, but the overall starting layout is pretty much the same and is the most recognizable of any Jailbreak map in my opinion. But just when I thought my work was done, our journey continues all the way back to 2004. I remembered another website from back in the day that I thought I would check out, that being 17 Buddies. This is where I found quite possibly the oldest map I could find uploaded that resembled the modern day Jailbreak mode. Jail_Jampy Joy. This 1.6 base map is a basic Jailbreak layout with some mini-games and was uploaded back in December of 2004, only 1 month after Counter-Strike Source was actually released. Unfortunately, the map is apparently a re-upload, and I couldn't find the original creator aside from the uploader, Chapo, who evidently is the website's resident re-uploader because he has over 69,000 of them on his account dating all the way back to 2004. Actually, I'm pretty sure he's one of the staff members or creators of the website as well, but I can't say that for sure. As for the oldest Counter-Strike Source Jailbreak map on 17 Buddies, I found JB_Alzir v3 made by Rizla and uploaded by, well, guess who? Obviously this isn't the oldest map considering it's the third version, but it was the earliest CSS jailbreak map upload I could find on the internet without subjecting my computer to a plethora of malware and keyloggers. Now, the jailbreak mode itself is quite recognizable, although not as popular as before. There are still plenty of jailbreak servers out there, mostly in Europe and Asian regions, mainly in Garry's Mod and Global Offensive due to their higher player count. Surprisingly, a good majority of jailbreak servers currently populated are in Turkey, but as for the North American jailbreak scene, it's dead. While it most certainly is not as popular as, say, bhop or surf, there's still a community going strong out there. Somewhere.